Good morning, everybody. It is March 17th. It's St. Patrick's Day, and so happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone out there. And as it is St. Patrick's Day, here I am wearing my green. It's not a very particular bright green, but then I could point out I'm not a whole lot Irish, and some might point out I'm not particularly bright either. So there's that too. Yesterday, we started this daily devotional process as we go through this being the nation being shut down, perhaps even the world in a large part shut down as we deal with this COVID-19 plague, pandemic, catastrophe. Lots of different words we could use to describe what we're going through. And different ones of us are going through different levels of discomfort and discord and concern and worry. And so we started this process to try to spend each day with a little bit of time together where I could perhaps share a little bit of encouragement from the good book to you each morning for just a little bit. Today we are going to be looking at the 91st Psalm. And the 91st Psalm is a special one to me. It was one of my mentor, Jesse Brown's favorites. Jesse loved the 91st Psalm, and he was an Old Testament scholar. And that's what he taught at Duke University. He was a scholar and had a very interesting life. And at Jesse's funeral, I had the great honor of reading the 91st Psalm as part of his memorial service. So let's take a listen to this psalm written by King David. And King David, of course, had a very tumultuous life. He had a lot of things going on, a lot of things turning against him, and a lot of discord and uncertainty in his life at times, even though we often think of him as being the hierarchy of the pinnacle of power. He had a lot of things that he had to deal with, but we won't get into that. Let's look at the 91st Psalm. Assurance of God's protection. He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High, who abides in the shadow of the Almighty, will say to the Lord, my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust, for he will deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with his pinions, and under his wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness is a shield and buckler. You will not fear the terror of the night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in darkness, nor the destruction that wastes at noonday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only look with your eyes and see the recompense of the wicked. Because you have made the Lord your refuge, the Most High your habitation, no evil shall befall you, nor scourge come near your tent. For he will give his angels charge of you, to guard you in all your ways. On their hands they will bear you up, lest you dash your feet against a stone. You will tread on the lion and the adder, the young lion and the serpent you will trample underfoot. Because he cleaves to me in love, I will deliver him. I will protect him. Because he knows my name, when he calls to me, I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will rescue him and honor him. With long life I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. Perhaps the best two words of that little psalm, or that psalm, is my salvation. Show him my salvation. What a great blessing that we have there. This is a psalm, again, of reassurance of God's protection. No matter what we face in life, may it be arrows that would be shot at us, and in ancient times that was a concern in certain points in history, or we have to remember that we're not unique in history. Disease and pestilence, the pestilence twice in that psalm, and scourge is a reference again to another disease of some form. This is not new. Humanity has survived these kinds of things before. Our ancestors have dealt with them. Though none of us have that are around, save for Bessie up at Shady Oaks, as I mentioned on Sunday, have really had to deal with any of this because of modern medicine has done such a wonderful job of taking care of the disease and the pestilence that we have, that historically has haunted mankind. But it was something that was in the back of the mind of our ancestors at all times. Even in King David's time, he's got this psalm, this prayer this hymn of protection, asking for God's protection from what he cannot understand and what he cannot see and what he cannot know. And that's where we're at today. But we know that if we cling to God, if we come to God, God wants to cover us with his pinions, and under his wings we will find protection. This is very much like the lament of Jesus over Jerusalem in Matthew's Gospel 23, verses 37 to 38. O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, killing the prophets and stoning those who are sent to you, how often would I have gathered your children together as a hen gathers her brood under her wings, and you would not. Behold, your house is forsaken and desolate. This is a reminder that God wants to protect us. God wants us near him. God wants a relationship with us. This is perhaps an opportunity. If we're home and we have nothing more to do, you grab that Bible off the shelf. If you don't have a Bible at home, you got the internet. You just go to BibleGateway.com and you can read any translation of the Bible you want, folks. And you can follow along on each morning as you want, if you want. If you just go to that website, but spend some time in the good book. Get under God's wings. That's where he wants you, brothers and sisters. God bless you, and remember to be a blessing to someone each and every day. Talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.